Hello everyone, it is me again, and I am doing pretty much the exact same thing I did yesterday because I had a lot of fun yesterday. And I also had a really difficult day at work, so I could use some fun. I'm actually craving a bit of chill right now, and the Equestrian Festival was very busy, so I am going to fuck off to Valedale. And do that first to relax a little bit. Oh, Genie, hi! I thought you were out. Hi. Here we go. I'm going to start with replanting my garden as usual for the stonks. You see, I am actually a massive attention whore, but I also have anxiety, which you might think is kind of like contradictory, but no, those two can coexist at the same time in one person. And I didn't used to stream much because honestly I was just extremely anxious. I was so anxious, like my heart was racing. Before my first streams, I always had to like take a magnesium to calm my nervous system down. But now I'm getting used to it, like the anxiety is falling off. And my brain has figured out that, you know, instead of having to go to people and talk to them and, you know, socialize in games or online or whatever, I can just go on stream and wait for people to come talk to me, which is amazing. So yeah, my brain kind of discovered a source of free dopamine, and it's making me crave streaming now, so I'm probably going to be hanging out online a lot more often. Yeah. I'm so happy to be back. I only had like 2 hours of sleep because I had to wake up at 4. And I actually tried to be responsible. I ended up pretty early today. I went to bed at like 10. But I wasn't feeling sleepy at all. So, look at my horse. My horse is amazing. Give it a lick. It's just like raisins. Hi, Sarah. Nice to see you here. Yeah, I tried to go to bed at 10 p.m. I couldn't. So I watched some like League of Legends pro play. Tried to go to sleep after that because that is kind of like my evening routine. I don't know, like watching high-level gameplay of any game I play is just really satisfying to me. Like seeing people who know what they're doing, there's something calming about that. My brain really likes watching it. So that usually calms me down. It didn't. I still couldn't sleep. I tried to sleep for like 2 hours. At like 1 a.m. I sort of gave up. Went back to play Star Stable for an hour. And finally at like 2 a.m. I started to get sleepy. So that's when I went to sleep. And then I had to wake up at 2. I actually went to lay down in bed for a while after I came from work. Couldn't sleep again, just wasn't feeling sleepy at all, and once my body rested a little and I got my energy back, I decided to go do a stream. So here I am. Hi everyone. English language is so simple. Like the phrase plant the plant. What do you do with the plant? You plant it. Oh, I come from a country that has a fairly like grammatically difficult language. So little things like this are just kind of silly to me. It doesn't even bother me, it's just like a silly little feature of the language, I suppose. How much light do we have? Okay. I am thinking whether I actually bother with the Equestrian Festival at some point. I probably will for the tokens. I have like fuck all saved from last year because I don't think I even played Equestrian Festival last year. I played it the year before, and that was on a different account. This is my UK account, so I can play with a friend. The other one is on a European one. Yeah, why have separate nouns and verbs where you could just use the same word? Exactly! And so, yeah, no spring tokens. If I want to have anything from Equestrian Festival, I have to be pretty active. Also, you know how yesterday I could not for the life of me find the last race? Turns out there is an entire section of the Equestrian Festival in Moorland. And that's where it was. It's where the bazaar is. I guess that confused me because I know there is a bazaar coming, so I don't know how they're going to fit both the bazaar and the event in the same, like, space. And that is what confused me. Anyway, I know where it is now. I did the race yesterday at, 1 AM when I was supposed to be sleeping. And, yeah. Also, there are like the limited event codes for horses. And I really love like a bunch of them. I did not want to make impulsive purchases at 1 AM. I am smarter than that. I told myself I'm going to wait until... No, not the goat again. I'm going to wait until at least tomorrow. And now it is tomorrow. So I could buy a horse if I wanted. I'm kinda in the love with the Palomino question mark Hanoverian. Where the fuck did the wisp go? I think I lost it because of the damn goat. Fuck you, Nanny. I'm not quite sure what the code is. Oh, we found the wisp again. It's light. It's too light to be a chestnut, but seems too dark and orange to be a palomino. I really need to find out more about horse colors. That is one I really like. There was also a pretty striking Dutch warmblood. And a couple other nice ones. Oh, like the chestnut Andalusian. Oh, we found the first satchel. I am actually pretty conflicted about the Andalusians because their model is gorgeous, but the animations seem a little stiff. Like the canter, even the run is a little bit stiff. And there's also like little bit of weird weight painting, like the way the joints on the legs bend kind of bothers me, but I have worked with 3D. I know that it would be like really hard to do that better, possibly, well, impossible. So I'm not gonna be too critical of that. Why can I not click this puzzle? Why would you slap the puzzle on a tree there? Alright, there we go. I have one Andalusian. I'm currently training myself a white Andalusian I got a while back. I actually got her when Andalusians released. And I need to focus on this one actually. Shift 1 right, hang on. What am I doing wrong here? Oh right, I missed this one. I also have like soul and money left over from the Winter Festival. I haven't gotten around to training those yet. And I feel like I'm going to drag my friend to come play Star Stable with me, just so we can like sync up our Andalusians, like trade the event once together. And I can decide how I actually feel about the Andalusians before buying more. They're right, okay. But again, I really like it. The model is gorgeous. I love the Chestnut Andy. So I am still extremely tempted to go for it, even if I know I will probably regret it later on. Sir, I was about to ask you what it's like seeing me absolutely nerd out about the virtual horses, but you used to ride horses, right? I don't know, maybe all of this terminology isn't all that foreign to you. Yeah. I don't mind, and yeah, I had my own horse. Oh, that is so cool. I was going to say I would love to have my own horse, but I suspect that realities of owning a horse are quite far from the fantasy I've been sold by horse movies and horse games I played my entire life. And I don't think I have like the consistency to care for such a difficult animal. They say I was a horse girly before I knew I was a girl. Maybe the horse is new. It takes a lot of work and money. Yeah. Maybe if I was super rich, I would just like hire someone to take care of my horse that I just ride occasionally. But that is probably not happening. And yeah, I am already poor. I don't need a horse taking my money as well. I'm not even sure it's very viable in this economy. If I would bet that you have to be rich to own a horse anymore. You can't really have a horse by just making some sacrifices. Here there are ownership programs, so you take care of it together and split the cost. Yeah, I heard of things like that. In all honesty, I am probably just too lazy to deal with all of that. I'm going to stick to horse games. Again, I used to go to horse camps as a kid because I already loved horses as a child, so my parents sent me there over the summer. And I really like those, like especially the ones where I actually got to learn caring for the horses too, mucking out stables, tacking them up. I would love to take care of animals again. I love animals. Yeah. It is fulfilling. It was fulfilling. I really liked it. But can I imagine myself doing that every single day? No, I cannot. Maybe once upon a time when I was a kid and I didn't really have a set image for like my standard of living and my future. I feel like I got too comfortable with what I have. Still only have one satchel. Where are the rest of them? There is always like the option for an occasional like trail ride or an occasional horse lesson if you live nearby your ranch. So if anything, I'm just going to do that once in a while to satisfy the cravings. Ooh. I'm across from stables and riding school. Oh my god. Okay, that is too much of a temptation. If it was literally across the road, I would be there all the time. I would at least like be coming to pet the horses. And probably asking the owners if it's okay to feed the horses a nice crunchy apple. I would buy organic apples for the horses so they don't have pesticides and all. But you can see it from my window. Oh my god, if I had horses literally outside my window, that would be a dream. I would spend so much money on those horses without ever even riding them. Just getting them treats, like bananas, apples, watermelons. Like, they're just so cool. They are such funny animals. Like, have you seen a horse from the front? Absolutely unserious creatures. You see a horse like striding along like from the side in slow motion, and they are the most graceful animal on earth. And then you look at them head on and suddenly they're absolutely silly. I love them. I don't have to feed them without owner's permission, sadly. Yeah, that's why I would be always knocking at the door like, hey, can I feed your horses? I brought them snacks. Also, petting them is free. You can always pet the horsey if the horsey wants to be pet. And you can reach over the fence. How many sensors do we have? Actually, I got distracted by yapping constantly. I think we have 3. I think we're at 3. They're so noble and majestic when you can see them clearly, but the slightest grain on the photo makes them look like a cryptid. Yeah. They are so weird. I always think back to that grainy photo of a horse like splayed out on like a big fitness ball. Apparently horses like playing with balls. That's just so silly. Have you seen a horse sit down like a dog? They can do it, their proportions just make it really weird. It feels like their skeletal structure shouldn't really allow that. But it does, they can just sit down. And when I saw it for the first time, I thought it was Photoshop, I didn't believe it. I don't think horses could do that, but they can. They are wonderful, I love them. It's also impressive how many shapes horses come in. From like tiny stocky Shetland ponies to big ass draft horses and absolutely scrungly Akotekes and similar. And then you have Arabians with their dish faces and like Cladrubbers with the Roman noses. Horses can look like so different from each other. And at first I didn't know, like when I was a kid, a horse was just a horse. I didn't even know there were any other breeds. It was like house cats, you know? Those also technically have breeds, but I haven't seen those fancy ones as a kid. They were always just like regular house cats everywhere. And with horses, I didn't know about other breeds either, so then I started discovering all the really unique looking breeds. And I still keep discovering them to this day, and you know, I love that. I love that there's more horses to discover. Like saddlebreds, like American saddlebred. I didn't learn about their existence until they got added to this game. And they look so weird, and I really, really love them. I'm so happy to have learned of their existence. Yeah. I don't think there's anything here. There were like two satchels right next to each other here yesterday, not today. Also, sorry if I stutter or the pauses between the words. I am quite tired, and that usually fucks with my ability to speak. Not to mention reading. If I try to read the quest dialogue, it's going to be a horrible experience for everyone involved today. Going to work, so good luck, have fun with the stream. Thank you. You know, it really helps to know that you're just here, and if you have me in like background somewhere, it really helps knowing that I'm not talking to no one, that there's someone actually listening, you know? And you're not even going to tell me to shut up. I can just talk about anything. This is wonderful. Ooh, a wisp. Come here. Come here. Ah. Always here for you. I know you are. Thank you. There we go. And once I do some championships, I should hit at least level 14 on this horse today. Probably 15. I got the master horseshoes on this one. And yeah, honestly, the Black Forest horse does feel pretty good for racing. I need to make a post, like asking what are the worst racing breeds in this game. Because there's been a million threads about like the best horse for racing in this game. But I feel like some of these just feel terrible to ride. And I need to be warned before I buy any. The Andalusians I was talking about earlier, actually. The one I am training right now feels pretty bad to race on. I only use her for dressage pretty much, so it doesn't matter that much. But yeah, I don't want an Andalusian for racing. Maybe I'll get used to their animations and movement while I'm training my magic Andes. But yeah, crashed. I feel like I'm getting caught on every obstacle. It was so weird and unintuitive racing on them. I think this Andalusian I have might be the worst racing horse I ever had the displeasure of riding in this game. Unfortunately, they're really pretty, so when despite that, I am tempted to get more of them. I especially wonder about the new Connemara since I already wanted to get one. Maybe I should ask about that before getting one. I have a bunch of Welshies, like Welsh ponies waiting to be trained in my stables. And those actually feel really good. I didn't expect it, so I also slapped the top tier horseshoes on one of them to have as my race pony. Sometimes they surprise you. Even this one, you would expect a chunky horse to be bad for racing because they have bigger hitboxes. But I feel like this one has been very consistent, the Black Forest horse, when it comes to racing. I don't feel like I have been penalized unfairly. Like when I got caught on an obstacle, I deserved it. There were very few times where I was like, oh, that shouldn't have counted. Because it can go the other way too, like with the mules, where the hitboxes are so small that you sometimes hit the checkpoints that you want to hit. And that again goes into the unpredictable territory, so I feel like a predictable movement on a racing horse is probably what you are looking forward to the most. I have a Shire. I found that Shires are actually pretty comfortable to race on, despite being big. And those do go into the territory where they are too big and they are indeed getting caught on everything. But aside from that, racing on them has actually been a really pleasant experience. I love the Shires. I'm going to get more when they go on Bazaar again. And if I'm not mistaken, it has actually been a while since they have been discounted. Oh, there have been patches where I haven't really been playing, so maybe I'm wrong on that. Maybe I just missed the Bazaar. Yeah. Oh, where are you going? I'm coming back here? I think this one is going under the roots here. Yeah. We only have one satchel left to find. I'm honestly not even going to be too bothered if we don't, because I'm here mainly just to relax today. Not even going to be on very long. Oh, maybe I will end up being online quite long, but I'm not planning to. I'm going to run through here. This is the log that always fucks me up during championships. Or this... Is this the bitch? Oh, oh my god. We got launched into the skies. I love physics collisions. Is there a championship going on? Almost Baroness. Time is it wanna happen? I don't even have it. Jorvik space program, yeah. This is probably the highest I ever got launched. Like with this bug. I am so glad this was recorded. This is going to be a core memory probably. Gonna catch this one and check the ledge by the river. Yeah. I got really tired out at work, but it feels kind of good. I know for a fact I'm going to sleep really good tonight. You know, I can feel my muscles being like warm as they're regenerating after work. I think we did manage to miss the last satchel. I am not doing the bell quest. Fuck off, goat. What went on? Right, racing. Yeah, I wanted to do racing. I need to train up my horse. Then we can do some championships. Oh, let's go. I keep glazing the Veildale soundtrack, but it is really good. One soundtrack I haven't glazed here. Oh hey, it's a bot! I'm got launched again. I don't think I gave any of you mod yet. So, I might have to hop on the browser really quickly. Just to remove this thing. Actually, I have a better solution. Could one of you please just, like, keyboard smash to push it up in the chat so it's not visible anymore? That would be poggers and funny, I think. Also a reminder to give one of you mod after the stream. Alright, this game has a feature where you can locally through your client set the time of day, like visually. Like I could make it nighttime for these Firefly races, but I kind of worry it would give me. You should give me more. I can be trusted. I trust you. A goblin would never do anything chaotic with the powers they were given. I'm going to take care of my horse because I forgot again. Come here, buddy. My stream manager on your tablet, you'll be able to promote me from there. I am watching it from a different account. I'm using my old Twitch account to spectate my streams. Now, am I weird for not really caring about the bot that much? Like, they just drop their link. Literally everyone under the sun knows it's a scam and then they fuck off. And I need to do that, by the way. You can spectate using your account and it will give you admin tools and stuff. Huh. That might be smart, actually. I just didn't know how, you know, any of this works. And no one is going to click that. I would hope so. I think it only takes like half a brain cell to realize this is a scam. The only one I can imagine clicking on something like that would be a child. And those shouldn't be on my streams anyway, so I'm not too worried. Yeah. Give me the seeds. There you go. We need to run all the way over to the store to claim the reward, because they just could not make the race end where it begins. Anyway, one thing I wanted to say is that I also really like the South of Peninsula soundtrack, especially the race one. I love it so much, and sometimes I get surprised when they use it, like an unrelated race. It always makes me so happy, like, ooh, yeah. And where's the quiz? Actually, it's somewhere over there, yeah. I'm going to turn this in, then do the regular VOD race. Move on to engineering, orienteering, not engineering. And then I'll do the other Firefly one. Here we go. Hi, Sophie. This one only gives 125 XP. Also, I didn't quite notice yesterday, but they did nerf like the event races. Usually during the events, the races give like a lot of horse XP. But now they only give like 200 each. No. Oh, okay, we saved that. So yeah, nothing is safe from any certification, and that includes Star Stable, unfortunately. Ow. Can you see I'm tired? I'm crushing into everything. Sometimes I kind of feel like flexing how much light I saved up between events, but I really worry that if Star Stable sees someone with a bunch of light in their inventory, they're just going to keep nerfing light further because they really don't like giving their players free stuff. The monetization in this game is pretty bad because this is a full-priced game. It costs like 70 euros. It's pricing itself alongside AAA games. I mean, that label doesn't really mean anything these days, but you know what I mean. And it is still monetizing itself like it's a free-to-play game. Like, why do you need to punish your players? Like, they already bought the ticket, they paid for the game. Why can't you just give them some free stuff sometimes? Especially when everyone's enjoying it. Like, if people are enjoying the game, they're going to play more, you're going to have bigger attention. They're probably going to buy something too if they really like the game. But no, we can't have nice things. I found out that being tired helps with my anxiety a lot, actually. At some point, I just become too tired to care. When I was younger, like a teen or something, I used to be really scared of elevators. I live on 6th floor, and each and every time I would take the stairs because I was so scared of the elevators. And then I started working. One day I came so tired from work that the anxiety kind of just forgot to kick in. My fear just went poof, and I used the elevator, and would you look at that? It was completely fine, nothing happened. So ever since then I was able to use fucking elevators again. Even with streaming, I used to be so nervous. But today I'm just so tired that there was absolutely no anxiety present. So I took advantage of it, and I'm here now. And I'm having fun, and I am completely relaxed. You know, weird how it works, but I am glad that there are times where my anxiety gives me a break, actually. I can't believe employment has been beneficial to me. Oh, I'm pretty happy with the job I have. Because my entire childhood, like every adult, seemed to absolutely hate their job and hated working and hated their life, and they would just come home from work, drink coffee, watch the news, whatever adults do, and then do it all over again tomorrow. And I was so terrified to grow up, to become an adult, because everyone seemed to be having an absolutely miserable time all the fucking time. And now I'm an adult, and I arranged my life in a way. The secret really is just losing the ability to care. Yeah, I arranged my life in a way where I don't hate it. Turns out you can have a lot of fun and freedom as an adult. You don't need to just be a waste of... ran out of time. Okay. Stop caring when I realize no one cares about me anyways. Excuse me? You come onto my stream and question my friendship? Well, fuck you! How dare you, Sarah? Unfucking believable from you. You know what I do miss though? Uncensored internet. Where you would regularly just stumble upon like beheading videos. You know, maybe I shouldn't have seen it as a kid, but there are things in my life that traumatized me way more. And yeah, now we have ID verification being pushed everywhere. And I don't want to get negative, but sometimes I do need to, like, rant about it. Let me rephrase that. No one cares, no matter what I do, no matter how good or bad, they won't care, so why should I be the best for them? Is I'm just being the best I can be for me. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah. Where the fuck am I going? You know, I think my younger me would really approve of the me I grew up to be. Okay, if I went back 10, 15 years and met my me, like my little me would be really happy, I feel like. Listen, I have become a Christian's worst nightmare. Yeah, goals. That's what I aspire to be. I should dye my hair purple or something. I want to scare conservatives on sight. I want purple hair, but I'm afraid it looks awful. I mean, only one way to find out, no. I say go for it. Like, it will make you immediately friend-shaped to, like, a lot of people that feel unsafe in the world, so that would be something. The only issue I had with purpling myself was a lack of purple. You did have purple hair for a while, didn't you? How did it feel to be a literal purple-haired liberal? I don't really think purple would suit me. I was thinking about blue hair for a while, though. I'm not a liberal, I'm a socialist. Where's a... So, wait, describe me. Yeah. I love how liberals are hated by both, like, conservatives and lefties. Like, that's just hilarious to me. It's the peak example of trying to please both sides and pleasing none. Anyway, I'm not gonna get political. Hang on, let me just finish this race real quick. Birds are too centrist for me. Fucking a lot of leftists are too centrist for me. Let's get political. Not on stream, not on stream. Also, politics can get depressing, and I don't wanna do that when I'm tired. I'm here to have a good time. I am here to ride around a magical forest on my horsey. I think there's everything in Valedale, actually. Golden Hills, what time is it? Oh, it just started, never mind, I'm not making the Golden Hills one. Completely missed the notifications. I'm going to run to Valedale. I know I could teleport, but I'm here to relax and I find running there relaxing, so that is what we are doing. Yeah, we are most definitely hitting 15 on this horse. I wonder if I do like some championship, some racing on this horse when I'm done, or whether I start training another one. start training you. It's better to ride the horse than to let the horse. Confusion for a philosopher. I'm assuming that says ride you. I forgot to turn off the filters on my stream, so Twitch is censoring random words sometimes. Hang on, I need to take off my jacket. I got too warm. It's too hot in here. Yeah, but thank you for confirming, Genie. By the way, when you like pop out to another window when you're watching a stream, does that count as you not watching? I don't know like enough about Twitch yet, so little technical details like this are a complete mystery to me. I think we might have gone too far. I don't think this is how you get to the Valdale Lake, actually. Which counts viewers only when the stream audio is on and they have typed in chat within past 5 minutes. Wait, really? It only counts the active chatters? Is that true? I will have to look that up because that is bullshit, actually. You get up out, but it quickly loses the count. That is wild. I think that will make me more nervous now because someone could always be lurking. If they're lurking, it won't show me their count on like the concurrent count viewer. It's active viewer measure, but lurkers are caught in the crossfire. Wow! I see so many streamers with like 10 to 20 people watching, but knowing that that doesn't count lurkers, that number has to be actually so much higher. Okay. That is interesting. It makes me look at small Twitch viewers differently now. Like Twitch streamers, what am I saying? Well, it is so weird. I don't know how monetization on Twitch works, but I assume if you had like sponsorships or something, like where high concurrent like view counts are desirable, and this update came out and all your lurkers just don't count anymore, I feel like a lot of streamers would get pissed about that. Those streamers did that test, skill just to type high, and the views went up by a lot. Oh my god. Well, that is good to know, I guess. I understood why they did that, but it still seems like kind of a stupid way to go about it. Yeah. Are you still out and about, GD, by the way? Let's do the other one. Oh, 250 XP. That's what I'm talking about. You're right back. Nice, nice. Because I feel like showing you the event horse codes and all the impulsive purchases I want to do. I told myself I would not buy new horses, or at least many new horses, before I train some up. And here I am, looking to spend my star coins again, because the horses are pretty. So, yeah, let's make a deal. You will tell me when you come home. From here, where am I? We're gonna go down to Starshine. It's actually been a while since I've been training at Starshine. No problem, good, good. Also, horrible news. They fixed the bug where NPCs glitch face down into the ground and get dragged around by their horse. Actually, I think they fixed it like a while ago. I haven't really played, so I don't have much of a chance to bring that up. No, I know, right? Like, fix it actually bothersome back. This was a feature at this point. No, I get why they did that. Like, if you're a new player and you encounter that, it isn't a good look. But it was so funny. One thing I really appreciate about this game is the sounds of the hooves when you're galloping. They are so satisfying. They change based on the terrain you're on, and they just tickle my brain a lot. A horse ASMR. Maybe I need to get into ASMR more. The snow sounds actually gives me chills. Yeah, I always love the snow. We're gonna be back at some point. A while until that happens, but at least we get to look forward to Camp Western now. I really loved Camp Western. I'm still so hyped to play more. My brain locked in on that. It focused on it last summer. And it hasn't let go of that. The festival isn't here, so I haven't been getting my hits. But I am so ready for Camp Western to come back around again. I think between that we are actually getting a Pride Festival. It's not officially called Pride anymore, it's called something else, like the Rainbow Festival or the Festival of Colors, something generic like that. But it is still the Pride Festival in all but name. Is that an NPC? It doesn't have a name, so I'm assuming it is. Hair dye for 5 euro. $8.99 delivery cost. Do you know they have like a grocery store nearby? Actually, grocery stores usually do carry some hair dye, but it's usually not purple, I'll give you that. So yeah, you would probably need to order that. Yeah, that sucks. I love that you're actually looking into dyeing your hair purple. That's just great if you ask me. I also purple hair dye in stores here. Yeah. My hair dye from a pharmacy? I guess it kind of makes sense for it to be sold at the pharmacy. Yep. Yeehaw! Yeah. Oh, ho, ho, ho. God. The Jorvik space program has been busy these days. Well, thanks to both of you for like stopping by my stream. Ow! Ow. Yeah, well, that was my bad. That was entirely my bad. Because I remember like stores actually having quite an extensive selection of hair dyes. But yeah, I don't think it's purple. Like, my brain just assumed that if you have so many hair dyes, you're going to have many different colors, but it's just all various shades of natural hair colors. This is basically with your horse taking flight and NASA doing another moon mission after half a century. Huh, are they? I think I did see like a post or two about that, but I haven't looked into it. There we go. Oh, shit, moment. Oh, has been responding really well to our commands. Aww. Yeah, pet the horsey. I love my horse. I even get to cuddle my horse, look. You have a hug animation, it's so cute. I was gonna say it's so over for all the moon landing was fake conspiracy theorists. But I think they're just gonna go, yeah, the previous one was fake, they didn't have the technology to that back then, now we have the technology, this one is real. That one, complete fake. Oh. I imagine that's what will happen. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. Actually, maybe I am. See, the thing is, everything is a conspiracy until it's like officially confirmed that if the government has no incentive to, you know, confirm these theories and just keep things hidden if they are doing something shady, then yeah, that is just going to be considered a conspiracy, isn't it? So a lot more people are actually conspiracy theorists than they realize, because when they hear conspiracy theories, they think complete wackos. Bro, they're legit already saying that it's fake because NASA can just use CGI. Of course they are. In general, I've been trying to reduce my time on social media. And curate what I see to be like wholesome gaming content and like maybe arts and crafts. And I try to stay away from like, politics and anything upsetting really. Because like if something is really big, like the memes about it will seep into all the spaces anyway. So I'm not going to say ignorant. If something big happens, I will like hear through the grapevine and be able to look into it. And I'll just stay away from the rest of everything. Pretty much, I envy you? What do you envy me about? Yeah, last race, let's go. Oh, we're blazing through this. Oh. Okay, caught it. What did... Oh, come on. Okay, never mind. Ow. Okay, I'm doing this one again. I fucked it up completely. I'm involved in politics, so I need to follow it somewhat at least. Yeah... I didn't want to get involved in politics actually, but I am probably going to be moving into likely a different country soon? At the earliest this year, at the latest within like 5 years probably. So I don't really want to get involved in this country's politics when I'm going to be leaving soon. Maybe if it was something like gathering signs for a petition, like a public space, or giving out flyers. Maybe that's something I could help with, but I would need to find a good political party for that. There is one party I used to be pretty fond of. However, they haven't clarified their policy on like age verification and the stripping away of digital privacy, which is a really big issue for me personally. So I don't want to support a party if they support invasive age verification. And I just signed a petition to hold public networks accountable for racist remarks. That would be nice, yeah. And it's a very like lefty political side. I think it's like straight up leftist. But I know a lot of left-wing parties are actually quite pro-internet censorship, because the online space has been a massive recruiting tool for the right-wing parties. So a lot of them are riding the invasive verification train in hopes to like stomp out like foreign bots and generally just sniff out like foreign, well, maybe bots, sometimes just poorly paid people to spread propaganda, and kind of just nip that in the bud, the whole alt-right pipeline. I didn't think there would come a day where I stand on a political issue with conservatives. Because yeah, a lot of the people against it are going to be shady people. The people who do want to use bots to spread propaganda and do trolling behind veil of anonymity, or, you know, sometimes really shady stuff like what is the correct term for it? Child sexual abuse material? But I feel like it's also really dangerous for a lot of marginalized groups, like immigrants and like queer people. Because if a government decides to get rid of you, then knowing your online identity makes it so easy to identify and find you. I am so happy that like the European chat control law proposal failed. And part of that was because like it would like really punish whistleblowers. So in an ideal world, like age and identity verification online would be a good thing. But we live in a very much not ideal world, and I feel like it's just going to be doing so much more harm than good. And a lot of people just don't seem to be concerned about it at all. And now it's a lack of education, people just don't know like why it's dangerous and how it can affect them. When I think back to that, even during childhood, like with class when looks like a long message. Hang on, I'll read that after I'm done with this parkour course over here, because this one actually takes concentration. There we go. I wanted to mention it on the stream, but yeah, let's not connect IDs to social media, but instead go after big tech for not doing anything to malicious users. Yeah. See, the problem is a lot of the malicious users, especially the bots that spread propaganda, are there by the big tech, like oftentimes even by the platforms themselves. Also, server grid village champ, can we make that? Yeah, we can make that. Cool, let's do a championship. So yeah, that's like asking the police to investigate themselves. I'm gonna go. Okay, yeah. If you're gonna stream later, I'm going to come watch you. But yeah, thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a good time. See you. Here we go. Let's do the championship. I'll stretch. What I'm gonna do after I'm done with Star Stable. Now I will see if one of my friends is streaming and I'll go on their streams if they are, but if not, I'm probably going to watch a movie. There's a couple I wanted to watch. Like, rewatch. I think I've seen all of them. I don't think I have like a new movie lined up. do feel like just doing something passive. I'm not going to do anything intensive today since I'm tired. I'm not leaving the hub game, I'm still in it. I'm just gonna look around at people's horses. The Sella and the Hanoverian are very similar. This is a Cell Francais. This is a Hanoverian over here. They're both like a sporty jumping breed, so they are going to look similar. I think overall I prefer the Cell Francais. The Hanoverians actually have really nice shoulders. Also, their animations are really good. But I think overall I might actually prefer the cells a little. Though to be fair, I'm not a huge fan of the like European sports horse breeds. So I'm probably not the best person to be talking about this anyway. Just gonna admire my horse for a bit. I love my horsey. And today I am not going to feel bad about doing poorly at this championship at all, because I'm very tired. I have a very good excuse to not be at my best here. I suppose it is kind of freeing, actually, not having any pressure. And yeah, there's never any pressure, it's just a horse game. Specifically a kids' horse game. This one is targeted pretty heavily at children as well. So yeah, technically none of it matters. Unfortunately, I get really invested in games and I get competitive about them. So to me it matters. Usually, not today. It's a pretty nice outfit. I'm gonna wear it, but it looks nice on someone else. I think the yellow, the saddle pad and the leg wraps are from the Equestrian Festival. I'm rather sure the Equestrian Festival one was English. I'm not sure they had a Western set, but there were 2 yellow sets. I remember that, so maybe it's one of them. I don't know. They might just be mishing and mashing different outfits together. I'm thinking what that horse is back there. One of those is a Hanoverian. Yeah, I think that is the event Hano. This one is so not a Belgian worm, but the other one. Where's the Belgian? Oh wait, this is a Belgian, I think. The new one is a Swedish warm blood, I think. They are all just Nordic country warm blood, and I get confused about them. We have a Dutch, a Belgian, and the Swedish warm blood in the game now. And I get them mixed up all the time. Anyway, it is championship time. I could have cut that shorter. Oh! Oh, someone fucked up. I got disqualified. But for me, somehow I am first, which seems fake. I'm definitely not going to stay first. I am too tired for this. Oh, yeah, this part over here. I never quite know where to jump the fence here. Oh, and I got caught on the bench, of course. I'm not doing very pog, but I am still second somehow. But, you know, I'm not complaining. If I get the ribbon, then that's free money. Yeah, I think this one is just straight up faster than me, like stat-wise. I'm going to try to do the shortcut. I did the shortcut, fuck yeah! I think not only is it shorter, but also each time you jump over an obstacle, you risk getting caught on it no matter how good you are. So that just prevents that risk. It's going to be the same every time. Well, to be fair, that one is cutting it really close to the hitbox anyway, so there is a good chance you're getting caught anyway. Silver. Yeah, actually, I did get second. Somehow. I'm gonna put the ribbon on Power Off. He doesn't have a ribbon yet. And you know, he won this one, so he gets to wear it with pride. Silver's actually gonna fit him really well too, so it's probably even better than the gold in that aspect. I tend to give all my horses the ribbon they earn. Like, the best one, they win. Like, as a memento. And then I save all the subsequent ones. There we go. Good horsey. Alright, we still have some training to do over here. I'm not sure we will even use up all the races at the manor. We are, like, over halfway to level 15 now. I would like to do some championships, but I also want to do some like equestrian festival races. And if I do those on a maxed out horse, I'm just going to feel like I'm wasting the XP. So I might pull out the new horse for that. Go. I actually remember what I'm doing this time. No, I said this was going to be a short stream, but I'm already on for 1.5 hours and I don't feel tired at all. Well, tired of the game, you know. Star Stable is one of those games that I can just spend an entire day in. You know, if you went back in time to my 16-year-old self and told me that the one and only MMO I managed to stick with is Star Stable Online, I would not believe you. I was actually trying out a few MMOs over the years, because I like the concept of an MMO. The problem is the combat for a lot of them feels very loyalty, and yeah, a lot of them are from a different era. That makes sense, but yeah, for me as a modern gamer, they haven't caught me. This one just doesn't have combats, you know, that's solved, and it has horses. It has really good horses, which is rare in gaming outside of dedicated horse games, so yeah, this one has become my main MMO. Do you sometimes talk for a while and your mouth gets a little weird and you touch the top of your mouth with your tongue and it tickles like hell? Well, that happened to me right now. So kind of a minor thing, but today at work, I think I've done that, yeah. Today at work, I bent down, not really bent down, did crouch down to lift like a box or something, and my knees cracked so hard. Like, I didn't just hear it, I felt it. I felt the crack. It felt disgusting. It was like, ugh. And I told my coworker who's in like her late 40s, she's like, your knees are cracking at your age. Oh yeah, that's something I had to deal with. Like, I know it's just like, I think it's an air bubble cracking in your joint. It feels so good, especially in my ankles. Oh yeah, ankles crack all the time. I bet if I did a little circus with my ankles, they would crack as well. I feel like everyone has cracking ankles regardless of their age and other things. Like, that's just something ankles do. Ow. Thinking, what horse am I going to pull out next? I have my the main. I think that's what the horse is called. But I don't feel like it fits the vibe of like the spring and the question festival and everything. I want to leave that one for Camp Western. I feel like my hell horse like will go hard during that event. So I need to tack up someone else. And we have a shared moment. And that officially gets us to level 15. Okay, let's go to our stables and see what we have to work with. And I decide if I'm going to train something else. Or just continue riding it around on Powerwolf. Hello, big boy. Actually, there, E-boy. pet the horse. Level 11. I feel like this would be great, yeah. Oh. Oh wait, no, I'm going to have to do racing on the saddlebred. I really don't want to do that. I love saddlebreds, but I don't love racing on them in Star Stable. Do I know it anyway? What other horses do I have? Let's go by level, yeah. Oh, like you're a big wild horse. Brittle Grace. Oh, that one has like tack and everything too, but I don't think I have outfit for that. It's such an out there design, and I don't have enough of a wardrobe to work with that. My glitter is. Don't even look at my horses' names. Half of them are really stupid. I have some Criollos. I could start training up a Criollo. Also have that invite a friend, reward the Warmblood. Oh, lovable. My Jorvik Warmblood. Oath Milk, my Noriker. I need to think mainly about the tag I have. Start dash. What an Icelandic. Might not be bad. Grace. Do you have tag? You're a level 2. Do you have tag? No, I think I just took care of you one time. What do we have? Oh, yeah. Story theme. Let me look at the tag I have in my wardrobe, actually. The rest is sad. Oh, I have like the Arctic set. Do I have any black horses I could put this on? Maybe I would look good on like a brown horse as well. How the holiday saddle. I think I wanted to have this for one of my Velshis because this is one of the few tag sets they can actually wear. Oh, the Forest Witch ones. I wouldn't even need to change my play outfit for that because, you know, green with green, I feel like that would go. When I have this, like the Polaris Iberian stuff. I think I am pulling out a Creole. You're home? Oh, fuck yeah. Hi, welcome home. Let me know when you get on a laptop, I guess. Then I'll show you the horses. But for now, I'm going to put E-Boy back into his booth. I'm going to pull out that brown Criollo I have. Because I have a tax that I feel like will look really good on it. Let me just grab that one. Where's my Hans? Are you the Creole I want? That's the overall one. I wanted the pure brown one. Did I not get that one? I could swear I did. Meant to be occupied for the time being, but I'll be able to see Hans codes clear enough. I don't think I actually have the horse I thought I'd have. Never mind then. Actually, I feel like you're gonna look good in the taxi anyway, so... Come here, Duck Phoenix. Let me take care of you first. I was waiting for so long to get the Criollos, despite absolutely loving them. And this will be my first time riding a Criollo, even though it's over a year since they first released. So I'm curious what that will feel like. Because some horse breeds just don't feel good to ride. Oh, that was a big kick. Calm down, buddy. So I am hoping... Go. I want this, the Polaris ones. And they can wear them perfect. Yeah, this looks great. Now I just need to get myself an outfit. Probably just looking to change the top, right? Better the Polaris one. It's pretty basic. Doesn't stand out at all, really. I don't think it would work. On the siege rip, yeah. The Marching Gas Trailblazer one may work too, but I feel like I like this one better. Huh. Actually, can you quickly give me your opinion? Oh, there's also this one. It has white, so I feel like this would work well. Like the Cinnamon Bliss one. Not sure how I feel about the checkers though. Let me quickly check the Mississippi Mist one. Let's not look all together. I like do like this one the best probably. I would probably like a splash of white in it. Get the outfit, maybe the gloves. I can have white gloves. Yeah. Looks cool, thank you. It would be nice to have like dark brown boots with. Actually, the Cinnamon Bliss boots might work well. Oh, it leaves me like the ankles exposed. I don't like that. I cannot handle that. Like when I go outside and it's cold and I have my ankles exposed. No, it is so cursed. I hate that sensation. Making fences also is my favorite and only pastime. Yeah, there are so many options. I do kind of tend to neglect my wardrobe. I'm not really into collecting clothes. It's mainly practical because I tend to buy a fuck ton of horses. And then I don't have tag for all of them, so I spent all my money tagging up my horses. But even with the leftovers I get from events, there are still so many options. The dress up in this game is extensive. Right, anyway, I am not collecting clothes, but like, why is it so expensive for what shirt? Yeah. I mean, to be fair, with the Veldale Light collection, you can actually save up reasonably quickly. But it's the, like, Yorick Shillings cap. Like, only having 10,000 when you can only get one piece of clothing with that, that is not reasonable. If we could have, like, at least 60,000 shillings or something, that would be so much better. It would be such good quality of life update, we could just keep saving money. And I don't know why they don't do that. They are monetizing the game like it's a free-to-play game when all of us already, like, paid for the ticket, either with the subscription or the lifetime membership, none of which are cheap. But here... Oh, look at this Hanoverian. Right, the caps make no sense, but yet we can buy as much star coins as we want. Yet they are clearly intensified. Like, sorry. I'm a little tired, I'm going to scramble my words sometimes. They're incentivizing people to spend the star coins on clothing. I don't get why they try to nickel and dime all their paying players this much. Like, this is a full price game, you know? Is this a Palomino? Is this like a Dapple Palomino? I already yapped about this earlier in the stream. I don't know if this is a Palomino or not, because it seems a little dark and like a little too orange for that. I need that hat. Yeah. I saw it yesterday when I was playing it like 1 a.m. I was like, I need that. And I was like, oh, I'm going to be a responsible adult and I am not going to do impulsive purchases in the middle of the night. But it's tomorrow now and I still want the horse, so I think I'm just going to get it. But I have to think of a name. I'm going to look at the horses first, though. There's the other Hano as well. She's quite pretty. But I think I want a Connemara with a dapple grey coat instead of a Hano. I already have a couple, like, dapple greys. But I have a Hano variant, so... it feels replaceable, it doesn't feel as striking as the other coats. So I might just skip out on this one. Can I just browse all of them from here? Yes. I forgot about this one, I forgot about the Arabians. Looks wrong as a dapple, I don't know. Like something is not right. I feel like my issue with it that it's not dappled enough. It has that gradient that dapples have, but it doesn't actually have dapples, so it kind of just looks like a weird roan to me instead of a regular dapple gray. Dutch warm bloods. That looks kind of weird. The coat pattern is nice, but the gray looks almost blue. This one looks unnatural to me. I think I might get this one though. I know there is already a Criollo and the Mustang with a really similar pattern, but I'm just a sucker for like spots like this. Even though I already have a couple Dutch warbloods. I actually have a lot of Dutch warbloods. That is so pretty though. Yeah, it's very striking. I like unusual horses. I might sit on this one. Now, I'm not even a massive fan of the Dutch warmbloods, but I ended up with so many of them. Like the dark one, I don't know. I'm bad with code names. I'm kind of bad with code names as well. I'm not that deep into the horse world. I'm more of a casual horse enjoyer. I like the fantasy of like having a horse, but don't ride or anything. So I don't know a lot of the terminology around horses. I'm just pondering this one. I think this one I will sit on. I think I'm going to get this Hanoverian, and any other ones I will take a while to think about. I will consider the Andalusian though. I really like these Andy. Me too, I've owned a few horses, but only for like enjoyment, not competitive. Wait, like IRL, like offline, like real flesh and blood horses? Oh, that is so cool! Yeah, I grew up poor, so horse riding was never an option for me. My parents sent me to like horse camps as a kid, and that was the extent of horse riding I did my entire life. So it's always so cool when people actually ride and own horses. Can I see this one in motion? Gestures we tried, but it was too expensive, so we just like had them for a year max. Yeah, I heard horses are ridiculously expensive. It makes sense. I keep hearing a saying that buying a horse is the cheapest part of owning a horse. We stuck to older horses, kind of like hospice thing. Oh, be like a sanctuary, maybe we could call it. That's one thing about horse ownership, I imagine. Like, once horses get old and you cannot ride them anymore, you need to retire them. Kinda, basically, yeah. Oh, that's really cool. That is so sweet. It seems like a choice between just like keeping the horse for fun, letting it live out the rest of its days, retire it, or sell it, knowing that since it can be ridden, it's probably just going to get slaughtered, basically. So you either need to have funds ready for your horse's retirement in advance, or just say goodbye to the horse. And I don't think I could do that. Now, I get really attached to, not even living things, I get attached to inanimate objects. And horses live for a pretty long time, like 30 years or something. If I got attached to an animal for 30 years, I don't think I could, like, bear losing them. Like, losing a horse has to be so hard. Like, that's one aspect I don't need to deal with in horse games. And to say bye to the horses was the worst part. Oh my god, did you have a couple horses pass? I guess if you were housing all the horses, that was going to happen. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. That has to suck. Oh. You know, you did a massive service to those horses, giving them, like, a good last few years of their life, at least. It was hard for you, but the horses were happy. At one pass we had to put her down, the rest were given away due to financial stuff. Yeah. That's hard, yeah. I'm going to look at this one's animations to make the final decision. But I think I'm settled on this one anyway. Oh my god, it's so gorgeous. It is so shiny. I love shiny coats. And this one has such a nice bright shine. It is gorgeous. It's not even a competition. This is by far my favorite, like, equestrian festival coat. It just scratches my brain. The team has outdone themselves on the Hanoverians for real. It's like golden. Yes! Yeah, that's the perfect way to put it. Looks amazing. I actually have a real weakness for horses that have 4 white socks too. Because, you know, it exaggerates their leg movements when they're like running, and it really tickles my brain. I'm actually going to look at the main options. Do Hanoverians have a long option? I think I actually have a Hanoverian with the long mane, hang on. It looks kind of weak, the long one doesn't tickle me. Oh! Oh, I think I like the braids. The physical on them are pretty good. I did want a somewhat long mane because I tend to just roach or put button braids on most of my horses. So I feel like I should get something with a little bit of flow in its mane. I feel like the braids will do that here. So this one will be an adult mare, I think. And it's the fun part of generating names. I have like a list of silly names ready, but I feel like this one deserves like a genuinely nice name. I don't want to name this one something silly. Master Zeppelin. I'm just going to generate random ones until I get inspired. Can I name her something bright? Maybe a sunshine or something would fit her since she's so bright. Brain. Yeah, I don't think bright is an option. Or is it? No. So the other one will be Shine. Can we just name her Sunshine? Yeah, we can just name her Sunshine. I feel like it works really well for this horse. Pet the horse. And get horse, yes. I feel like we are going to send this one to the stable for now because I need to make an outfit not just for the horse but also for myself. And I would like to do some more riding. I am really curious about what the Criollo will feel like to ride. I really love the Criollos. I think they might be like my favorite horse in the game. Like design-wise, like just how they look. And I actually plan to get all of them over time. So it would be really disappointing if they suck to ride. I hope they feel good. Start with the Bobcat races. Hello, Tan. I'm not going to judge it on the first levels because those always suck. Like going from a level 15 horse to a level 1 horse is always a major whiplash. Your agility, your speed, your everything is just gone. And it always feels clunky the first few levels, no matter how good you or the horse are. You know, so far, this is actually feeling pretty good. We need to do something more challenging, I feel like. Oh, level 3, let's go. Everything looks so buzzed to like 5. Yeah. I'm going to finish the Bobcats here, and I'm going to go straight into the riding arena at the equestrian center. Those races are challenging enough. And there's also the equitation, which I feel is like a very all-encompassing discipline. Like there's running, there's sharp turns, there's jumps. So that will be a really good test for how it feels to ride. No, so far, a low-level horse, and we haven't gotten caught on an obstacle yet, so I am optimistic about this. Okay, that was just my key not reacting, that wasn't the horse's fault. The jumps feel good, they feel responsive and very predictable. Like some breeds, for example, the American saddlebreds have really weird jumps and I get caught on everything. I had the same issue with Tennessee Walkers actually. So having something with consistent, predictable jumps that behave like they should in relation to the obstacle hitboxes would be wonderful. Go. You know, maybe this is just me being in love with the Criollos. But this doesn't even feel like I'm riding a low-level horse. This feels buttery smooth. even here, I feel like I should have gotten caught on one of the obstacles, but I just didn't. Alright, let's head for the equestrian center. I might board there actually, it's a bit of a ride away from here. It's called Riding Arena actually. Yeah, there we go. Don't mind me glitching the fuck out in the trailer. Here we go, now the real test begins. I feel like it might actually be a bad idea to do this, like, show jumping races with the level 3 horse, but let's go! It is a little bit slow, but the jumps are good. Okay, that one was entirely my fault. I think I really like Criollos. Now I'm questioning why I didn't buy and ride them sooner, considering I like them so much. Do you all do that where you just procrastinate something you like doing and something you want doing? For a reason that is unclear to you as well? I know some people do that. And I am one of them, apparently. Brain says no. Yes, sometimes. I am curious about the third show jumping race here, because it has that one wall with like a curb on it. They're not exactly roof tiles. And that one is really hard for me to jump even on a Hanoverian or any breed really. So if I could jump that one without problems, that would be really cool. Let's see. Is the next one? Rylan, can I talk to you? There we go. Yeah, this obstacle right ahead is the problem child. Yeah, I got caught on that. I can't even follow the Criollos for that, because I feel like I get caught on that one no matter what I ride. There we go. Jumping in again. Jump it this time. On the level 4 horse. This is actually amazing. I might not even wait until they go into a bazaar again. I might just get a bunch of Criollos. What have I been doing with my life? I need more Criollos in it. I think I might actually finish the riding arena races here and go to the equestrian festival. Yeah, the brick wall jump. Yeah, that one. That one always fucks me over. Even in the Yalheim Championship, I have a really low success rate jumping that one. In any circumstances. Need to ask more people about it. I want to find out now if it's just me who sucks at it or if it's like generally considered a tough obstacle. I don't have the equitation memorized. The hitbox compared to how big the jumps are and how high the horses jump doesn't make any sense. The math isn't mathing. Yes, sometimes. Sometimes I can jump off a cliff in this game and don't get a scratch. And sometimes I very clearly jump over a hedge and apparently still take damage somehow. Oh. Yeah, I really need to memorize these equitations. I have got no idea what I'm doing here. Barrel section here. I'm glad I got done with like Barley's barrel race. I said Marley. I always get the brothers confused. Because doing those barrels on a low level horse would be hell. Sometimes the hedge is the world's springiest trampoline. Yeah, sometimes hitting an obstacle just launches you into orbit. That's just what happens in Star Stable. Right, that was the second one. Alright. Say goodbye to the frames. We're going to the Equestrian Festival. Prepare for lag, everybody. I'm not even sure it's an issue with my computer, because last time I streamed like my model and stream stayed smooth the entire time. It was just the game that was lagging. What server are you on? It's one of the British ones, like Cupcake Valley, Pancake Valley, something like that. One of the UK ones. I also have a account on one of the European servers. Cupcake Valley, is it? Probably. Whichever one you have. We wanted to go to Jarlheim. Right. Let's get our spring tokens. I'll actually buy some tack too. Especially some of the older ones will be here. I strictly stay on slow servers as a dookie laptop girly. Yeah. Being on popular servers is cool until a festival comes around and your frames start dropping. Steve's farm is also a danger zone. It's a massive coin flip whether it's going to lag you to hell or not. This is the exchange one here, yeah. The new ones... Oh my god, the new ones are so expensive. 60 tokens for a generic blue saddle pad. Are they insane? Yeah, I might leave these new ones alone. I wanted this yellow one for the white cell I have. I also really want this one. I'm not sure which horse I'm going to put the peach fuzz ones on, but it's just such a really unique color. Like, I was on Night Star with my friends club, and I lagged so bad I teleported across the map where I was 40 minutes ago. Oh my god, that is some extreme lag, yeah. I kind of wish they gave us an option to hide players, or like hide everyone who isn't in your party or something, so people with weaker computers can, you know, play the game. They have purple gear, my tokens are in danger. Yeah, I thought you were gonna go for the purple one. It has like a pretty nice purple jacket here, very stylish. Rex, it's giving me Huntrix vibes. Like the logo, the colors. Yeah, I want this yellow one. And this one, because I find this color really pleasing, but I don't see it anywhere. It's such a rare color, not in just gaming, but like outside in clothing and decor and whatever. I really don't see this kind of pinkish orange anywhere. That's a kind of... What about the boots? The people would like still be on the server and affecting like storage. I don't know how to explain. It's kind of like how they still have the old props under the map. Like they're still there, but they're in the permanent memory, and they only go into the temporary memory when you need it, and it's usually the temporary memory that fails people. The processor and the temporary memory are really what you need for these kinds of games. So I feel like it would solve the issues actually. Like when I do dressage here and it hides the other players, I don't lag, but then I exit the race and I'm getting seconds per frame instead of frames per second. Wait, do I buy things now? I feel like I'm going to get my dailies, get some more tokens, and then potentially spend some of them. There's also still the main festival quest, but I don't feel like doing that right now. Also, I kind of dumb. I could have just done the Moorland races while I was there, but it's fine. I'm just gonna port back. Oh, I am lagging so much. I am struggling to click on the races. Oh my god. Why is this saddle pad 35 tokens? You know, the prices are kind of insane, yeah. Ow. I love doing races on a low-level horse while lagging massively. This is so fun. The things I do for spring tokens. Next time I'm going to play Star Stable at like 3 AM where the servers have hopefully cleared out a little. See if that helps. I feel like there's just no helping it. The first days of the Equestrian Festival are always going to be like this. Probably isn't going to be much better in the middle of the night. People are just gonna be grinding. Where's the champs at like 4 AM so I can get ribbons because I cannot race. I got mood. I'm actually going to do the group race, yeah. Let's get this over with, since we got a invite. Yeah. I actually tend to do pretty well on the championships generally. I get pretty competitive, so I learned all the shortcuts and I train up my horses, and I usually end up in top 5. But yeah, last month actually, I'm still level 16, keep that in mind. It was a dead month in like February. There wasn't even a battle pass going on, there was just nothing, so there weren't people online. And I was just training my horse. And the other day, I got a bunch of shillings in my mail for apparently doing high scores for multiple races that day, just because no one else was online and no one else was racing. Just doing my normal daily training got me some prize money. That was really nice. Like, and then rage quit. Oh, yeah, that's relatable. Sometimes I get, like, unreasonably angry about doing poorly in championships. It can tilt me. I don't expect myself to get tilted over Star Stable online of all games, but here we are. It's pretty rare though I learned to be better at gaming in general, but it happened a couple times. Right, last race here, let's go. In the end, I like take a sec and realize I'm crashing out over a kid's horse again. Yeah, I have been there. I have been in that exact same situation. It is so funny though when someone else rages at you. One time I won. I remember it was the Jarlaheim Championship, and they just like tried to roast my drip because they were salty they didn't win. It was glorious. It was so funny. Imagine getting salty. Imagine getting toxic over a kid's game. Like, getting disappointed in myself, that's one thing, but I cannot imagine, like, giving shit to someone else for doing well at the championship. I just need to finish this real quick. Go. Is there just a sign I need to get up and turn the shower on? Yeah. The cure to game rage touching grass or showering. Either of them will work, really. Right, let's do the silly bouncy horse one. Which one are we taking? What colors do we have to work with? I think I like the brown one. I'm going to go with that one. Here we go. Eek. Yeah, this is what I came to Star Stable for. Right, let's go. It gives 3 tokens. It's a pretty short race and it gives 3 tokens. So this is actually a rather good deal. Let's go. Yeah. Let's go, my guy. Keep bouncing. I feel like they did good with April Fools this year. Gaming. Are there any ways to grind tokens just doing the daily races? It really is just the dailies. Like the first day when you do it first time, you can do each race twice, plus you have some unique quests. So the first day you get like 60, 70 tokens. But after that it really is just dailies. There's your saddlebag. Oh my god, I didn't even notice that! It gives the bouncy ponies your saddlebag. I wonder mathematically... Well, boo, that's irritating, yeah. I wonder mathematically, because since I have no spring tokens from last year, can I get everything from the spring festival? Or is that a mathematical impossibility? I feel like they're kind of nerfing the token gains because people used to just save up a bunch of tokens. And... oh, it's another bot. Boo. People have a bunch of spring tokens from previous years, so they don't want players to get everything the first day. They just keep upping prices and downgrading how many spring tokens they can actually get. It just ends up punishing new players like me who haven't played the previous year. So now I just need to struggle and get scraps from the event. Where's parade? Okay. What else do we... Okay, just the welcome challenge after that. Is that parade where it was yesterday? Oh yeah, it's a daily. It has a blue exclamation mark now. I'm just going to skip through the dialogue around. Or wait. Oh, do we not have to fetch all of them again? Do we just talk to them here? Okay, well, this is convenient for 3 spring tokens. Okay, that was that. That was the whole quest. 3 spring tokens, let's go. Actually, there should be the trail here that will take you to the Moorland part. That's where our last race is. Can I talk to you, please? Here we go. There we go. Actually, looking at the stream time, if we hit about 2.5 hours, I get to read my garden again. Rupia grows for 2.5 hours, right? So, I'm gonna get some snacks. Oh, hell yeah. Wait, which championship is going on? Where's pin time? Nah, I'm just going to continue with this. If I stick around just a little bit longer, I get to replant my garden and collect my money, which will very much be needed during this festival. We need to do the group one too. I actually didn't notice whether the group one gives you separate tokens. I think it should. We're going to find out very soon. I get light from gardening. Is it finished first? Everyone has different stuff. You upgrade the Mother Stone. I will show you in a little bit. The Mother Stone, when you unlock all the paths, you just upgrade that. And eventually it will start giving you a bunch of light from gardening. Like, the gardening gets really lucrative. Group invite, yes. Do I? Okay, here we go, finally. Yeah, upgrading like all the paths in Valedale is so grindy. Took me like a week, and that was just me grinding. Like, back then I had time of work, so for the entire week I was just grinding the game. But I am really happy I did that because it gives me so much money now. I have a few stacks of light saved up to get multiple outfits out of it. So one day I'm just going to do a shopping spree at the Equestrian Festival. I'm going to wait for week 3 or 4 or whenever they add the rest of the outfits because I like to see everything that's on offer before making the choice to spend my money, you know? I will do a shopping spree at some point. I might stream that. I don't know if that will be interesting to watch. Okay, where do we go from here? Yalheim is really laggy. soundproof. I think I'm going to go to Jarlheim after all and do maybe a snake bite or something. Look, I've already just been buying the first stuff I see, not gonna lie. I am too picky for that. I don't like everything that's being offered. I do not get a trailer. Wait, I think I see it. Is this what pointed to Jarlheim? Yes. Right, let's go back there. Wonder how Snakebite will go on this horsey. After this, so I can make anything look like something isn't, you know, so in my opinion everything can look good. Yeah, I guess that's something. I don't usually tamper with the games. I don't even do mods or anything. I'm very vanilla. Like, the developers intended for a game to be experienced in a certain way. And I like to experience, like, for what they cooked up for us, for what the creative direction was. At least initially, then later on I can do some mods once I experience the game. But generally I don't really, like, tamper with games much. I feel like there are less people today. Yesterday it was complete chaos. I just use settings in game to adjust the saturation and stuff. Oh, right, yeah, it's an option. I usually just use it to switch to day when I'm playing at night so I can see where I'm going. Like, the nighttime can be very atmospheric, but ow. Sometimes it makes me crash into things everywhere. Resources look more realistic for photos. Oh yeah! I kind of wanted to get more into, like, photography and the roleplays too. That's an aspect of the game I haven't really been experiencing. Maybe I'll have to look at some roleplays videos or something to see how other people do it first, because I'm kind of lost. I kind of don't know what to expect or what to do. Also, the in-game chat is trash. I haven't used that in ages. So we'll have to probably organize it on a different platform. I think, but I mostly just make outfits and make photos and post them. So not really RP. Yeah, I don't really do RP in any games I do. I kind of like the idea of it, but as I said, I don't know how to get into it. I don't know where to begin. Too awkward to RP, I fear. Yeah, I also struggle with that. I'm not the best at socializing in general. But I guess roleplay is like a very anonymous and silly way to practice that, so that might actually help with that, maybe, possibly. Actually, I've seen some posts. I think they see, like, they've changed the Lizzie's races. Apparently they're different now and it fucks with the hitboxes, so I might struggle with this race. As if it wasn't difficult enough before. Hello, child. I might have been this one. I think they changed some jumps. Yeah, I think I did hear something like that, so let's see how I do. Which way am I going? Oh, that way, that's a sharp turn. Oh, those are some high jumps. Okay, first time flawless apparently. I love my Criollo. Like, it is like itching in my best. My package is arriving today and I want to have it here now. Oh, that is so relatable. It's even worse when you're ordering from somewhere far away and it takes like a month to arrive. And you're just anxious for it the entire time. I ordered this thing because I want it. And I need to wait. What do you mean I need to wait to get my package? I say they should just hurry up and invent teleportation already. Like, yeah, maybe disintegrating people and reassembling them molecule by molecule at the target location isn't the best idea, but I don't see how it would matter if it's just items we're shipping, you know? Yeah, I'm just gonna finish this. USB is supposed to be here from 1:30 to 2:30, and it's 1:07. Oh, that is so close! I'm like, why can't you just give it to me? I hope the courier won't be late. If the delivery time passed, and the courier still wasn't there, I don't know what I would do. I could not handle that. Oh, this fuck-ass race. I hate this one. This one is so hard. I think this one might actually be like the hardest race in the game. At least for me. I struggle with this one always. Because there are some really tight spaces you need to fit through, like in between walls. And it is so easy to get caught on those. This is like an old area, everything is clunky. The jumps on Criollos are so forgiving. I feel like I jumped that one way too early, but it was still perfect. I know I keep talking about this, but I am just so happy with my new horse over here. That felt suspiciously easy. I usually don't do this well on this race. Alright. Now, where are we actually? We are on Paddock Island. So, I'm going to go down to the trail and I'm going to do the South Hoof races. And after that, enough time should have passed for me to be able to swing by Raildale, collect my plant. And I think that's going to be that. Where is South Hoof? South Hoof. There we go. Actually, I swear there used to be like an endurance race on South Hoof where you needed an endurance horse, like an Akoteke, a Marwari, or an Arabian. It was right here. It's supposed to be right there, and I haven't unlocked it here yet. And I don't know if I need to like build up my prestige over here or something to get that. Because that used to be a thing. It was like a really long race, like a 3-minute one. Oh well, let's just do the ones we can. Full size the windmill still looks bacony. It looks like they unbacon the little ones in Lizzie's races. Oh! Alright, they did used to have bacon windmills. I did notice, like, the dad's race changed as well. So I guess they did really pay a little bit of attention to Paddock Island. I think it is going to be a long while before we get a proper remake of the entire Paddock Island. But I really do like the areas they did remake, so I'm kind of looking forward to what they do next. We got the marching gas, which is a completely new area. I haven't officially unlocked upon it yet, but I did glitch into it a couple times. It looks crusty, but interesting. I would love them to remake that. I think it's called Epona at least. I hope I got that right. It would be embarrassing if I didn't. We should have another race left here, like the little cross-country one. Yeah. So that will be up next. And then we get to do the hermit ones, which come with my favorite soundtrack in the entire game. After I say the horse god. Yeah, actually. I think I did heard of the goddess, I just didn't know she was like a horse goddess. I don't really know anything about Celtic gods when I think about it, actually. I used to be really into Norse mythology as a kid. I got like an entire encyclopedia about it for a birthday. And I spent some time learning about that. As a kid, my family was reading to me some tales from Greek mythology. We even had like an animated series about some Greek legends. Maybe I'm just weird, but I always preferred the Northern mythology over the Greek one. I feel like, especially in popular culture, the Greek one is much more popular, so that's why I think I might be a little weird for that. But I suppose overall they are both really popular. And I wanted to learn about something more forgotten, like some old Slavic pagan gods or like Celts or similar. You know what might be cool actually? Like African folklore. Because just through osmosis of popular culture, I was able to absorb some myths about Asia, for example. Even America, even though it's like a fairly recently colonized continent, still has some mythology. But Africa, I know absolutely nothing about Africa. And I feel like it isn't going to be even just one African mythology. There's a lot of section. I suppose ancient Egyptians, that's from Africa. That one is very mainstream. But I'm sure there are a lot of like weird little tribal religions I've never heard about. And that sounds like it would be something fascinating. Africa in general, like traditional, ancient African things, anything aesthetics, like history, myths and legends, don't get much coverage in popular media. I feel like if anything, that's where it should be. It feels like there should be something there because I mean, humanity kind of started in Africa. That's where humans have been living the longest. Surely they've been making up gods and stories all that time. Religion, tradition, and stuff like that is so interesting. Like, I could talk to people about it for hours. And the thing is, like, there are like myths and legends from small areas that never get any like, popular culture coverage, and you would never hear about it otherwise. For example, I live in an ass of the world called Slovakia, and we have some like local folklore. Some of it is weird to people outside of here. Like the culture, the traditions and everything. Right, it's Easter. Have you heard of the Slovak Easter tradition? Maybe you have actually, because it's kind of horrific, so sometimes it gets coverage, but on Easter, it is traditional to beat women. Well, maybe it used to be beating back in the day. Like nowadays, it's just symbolic. You're just like kind of symbolically tap them with like an ornamented whip. But back in the day, in like the days of villages before like modern era, yeah, you would just go whip the girls you liked, and they would give you like ribbons for your whip. So, you know, the guy with the most ribbon was like the village Giga Chad. That was the one with most bitches. You are also supposed to give men like rewards like chocolate and meat and alcohol for doing you the service of beating you. And does that just sound like straight up misogyny? It is. Also, they used to throw women into rivers for good health and beauty, I think is the excuse. Nowadays, people just throw a cup of water at them. Which I am just absolutely baffled that this kind of tradition managed to survive into the modern day. How has this not been abolished yet? Anyway, horrific local traditions aside, let's go to Raildale again, shall we? And let's see if our garden has grown. I'm sorry, but I'm just cracking up at meat and alcohol. Yeah, like sausages or bacon or some sort of a processed meat. Nowadays it's mostly chocolate and money, but back in the day where they didn't really have those things were more traditional, that's the kind of rewards they would get. Maybe like a cake, if you made like a homemade cake, like a pie, that's what you would get with them. I'm just imagining someone walking up to a steak and a glass of beer, but I think that's just my American self-talk. Yeah, that's a very American interpretation. But it is hilarious. I would live for that crossover. Then people are wondering why traditions are dying. Some traditions are just not worth keeping alive. Some of them straight up suck. I mean, I'm over in England. We just recently had cheese chasing, where a bunch of people risk life and climb to chase a wheel of cheese down a hill. Competitors have lifelong scars and deformities as a result. Yes, exactly. I forgot about the cheese chasing. That is the kind of weirdness I live for. Like, in America, I think there is pig calling. where you just make noises at pigs and try to get their attention. Like, the things bored people invented before internet. Like, it is so fascinating. I love learning about it. There are other bunch of weird sports like that. Actually, wait, it's in May. Huh. I always get those months mixed up. Yeah. One of the... it's like... It's kind of like Southeast Asia, I think? I'm not entirely sure which culture it's from, but one mythological creature that sticks in my head is Tigbalong, for example. I am completely butchering the pronunciation. It's like a horse, or like a half horse, half person, with really long knees, like 4 times longer than the rest of its body. And you tame it by basically jumping on its back and wrestling it until you can pull one of its hairs. And then you like tame it and it's yours. I hope I remember that correctly. It's been a while since I looked into it. The folklore around the world gets weird. Even just the mainstream ones, when you look at them, like the Nordic one, for example, yeah, Loki canonically got impregnated by a horse. Gods in general tend to be weird with pregnancy. Zeus, I think, got pregnant like 3 times or something. His wife may or may not be his daughter because she kinda just popped up into existence one day by splitting his head apart. Can you fact check me on that, Genie? You're into Greek mythology, right? The way people explain the world, there's just his daughter, his wife is his sister. I mean, I guess humans had to figure out at some point that it's not good to mix your genes with your relatives. And, you know, obviously before you figure that out, you don't really see anything wrong with it. So, you know, the culture's just used to do incest a lot of the time. That's just a normal part of human history. I mean, the gods were kinda just allowed to do that. Also, I suppose if you are a god, like, the regular processes of gene mixing don't really apply to you. If you are a divine, I assume you have some sort of a protection against birth deformities. Are you going to fight the gods about this? That sounds like one-way ticket to a smiting. Yeah. The Greek gods were quite liberal about fucking mid-mortals in multiple senses of the word, weren't they? Yeah, I think I'm just going to go now, because this is pretty much all I wanted to do in Star Stable today. And my tongue is getting kind of sore from talking so much, so I definitely need a break, but this was so loud, this was so much fun. Thank you for like spending time with me here and talking to me. And I don't know, I'll see you all again next time, possibly. Thanks for the stream. Yeah. Just. Alright. See you later. Good night. Goodbye.